Hello, my gravy baby Timothy's, and welcome back to a bit of HOI4, where we're going to have a bit of a retrospective. Now, I know what you're saying, you know, HOI4, Nostalgia November, but not yet. Don't blow your load too early there, buddy. You got to wait just a little bit longer. But with the upcoming new Japanese rework, I did do a video a little while back where we played Japan through one last time. But there's one thing I want to go back and check out for the last time, hopefully. That is my least favorite Japanese path. In fact, I think all of the Japanese paths, bar the historical one, are my least favorite, simply for the fact you have to deal with the Civil War if you go democratic and if you go communist. I mean, if you go shogun or you go the historical route, though, it's not too bad. You don't obviously have to deal with Civil War. I don't think the Shogun path is particularly that great because it does just put you on a war path with the Soviets. You still can go fight the Chinese, but they really want you to die in Siberia. Path I wanted to check out today is the unthinkable option. Yep, it's going communist. I always hated this path. The Civil War's always a pain in the behind. You do get yourself a peace out event option, but if you take it, it actually is, you lose a lot more land, like you lose a whole bunch of your overseas stuff and your navy. But today, for the last time in, I'm assuming, HOI4 history, really, unless I go back at some point, we are going to check out this path one more time and see if we can have just a little bit of fun with it. Guess what is super exciting? We obviously know we're getting a Japanese rework. That also means more Japanese achievements, which I'm hoping might be, you know, worthwhile checking out. Oh, yeah, but I guess, sorry, Hirohito. We're no longer going to be friends. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's how it works. If you go ahead and you do the capture of Tokyo, so you just push into Tokyo as quickly as you can, you get the peace out immediately, but you don't get to take all the rest of the land. So we're going to try and avoid that and take Tokyo last. Should I just rush straight for it? You know, I'm going to rush straight for it. I don't know if that's the most optimal way of doing this, but that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, already, you can see why not a lot of people like this path for Japan. There's not a lot of content. I mean, in all fairness, there's not a lot of content for any of the Japanese paths currently, so you're not missing too much, but yeah, it's not very fun. Okay, situation. We've got 30 units. I'm assuming they got the other 30. I am actually just going to try hold the north there and wait to take Tokyo last and see if we can sweep down and get all the rest of the land down here first. Yeah, we also get a whole bunch of sporting, so hopefully they can keep them busy up there while I sweep on down over here in the southwest. I don't even have an airport. It's not an airport. I love Japan. Truly like a last vestige of old HOI4 history, the way Japan plays. They actually swept through pretty unopposed down there. Now, I also need to make sure that Tokyo is literally the last tile we get. Unless I get to choose the peace out, then maybe we don't have to do that. Nice, got the capitulation without them fleeing over to Manchuria, so we kept all of our land, and on top of that, I think we get all of the fleet as well. Very cool. I honestly think the big issue I find with all the old history paths and just Japan in general, which I'm hoping will change with the new DLC, is that everything just plays the same no matter what you do. Like, no matter which Japan path you end up doing, you're just gonna be fighting in China and you're gonna be fighting the Allies. That's it for every path. I mean, sure, you could argue with the democratic path, you don't have to fight the Allies, but guess what? You still will be fighting in China because you keep getting the events pop up where you get a free war goal, so why wouldn't you take it? So what's the actual benefit of exiling them in the long term? If I exile them, which I'm going to do because I don't want to take a stability hit, they're now over here. But what happens after I capture them again? Oh, don't look too close, Mal. If you look into my bald head, you'll see the future. With the capitulation of Manchuria, we are now officially where we started. Literally where we began. What do we even do now, I guess? I was thinking of doing something crazy, potentially. Just try and ignore China. Have some fun elsewhere. We could join the Comintern, I guess, if we wanted to. We can actually get in there from our focus tree, or we can make our own faction with the Communist Chinese. I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm certainly left with so much choice in my focus tree. Look at all the choice. Communist China just sent me an invite for their faction. I don't know if I want to join that, though. I think I'm going to end up just fighting China anyway before I do anything here. So I might wait because I want all of China. Doesn't make much sense because of my current government, but I want it. I don't think Communist China is, you know, necessarily the worst thing in HOI4. It's definitely not great. It's not fun, and there's not a lot to do. The big problem is, though, after flipping and, you know, receiving that nut kick like 15 times in a row of just everything going wrong and going to the point where you pretty much already began in the first place, there's just nothing else to do other than create or join a faction. So I'm really hoping, obviously, New Japan Tree, that they actually have something to do. I guess I'm now fighting China. It doesn't really do me too much great at the start here either, because I'm in no position to push, and I think China's actually probably way stronger than me. I'm gonna have to wait at least to get a bit of air, which I currently don't have any. I lost it all in the Civil War. I don't mean it got like shut down or anything. It all disappeared. It went into the ether after we capitulated them. And I got an unhinged plan here. I'm gonna declare on the commie Chinese, maybe normal China will join their faction. We never know. And that could be interesting. Yes, welcome to Communist Japan. Would you like a plate of nothing, followed by a glass of nothing? And for dessert, it's a kick in the nuts. Yes, please, and sign me up for double nut kick. Wait, the Germans could still offer me the tripartite pack? Sure, why not? Let's go. Honestly, why not? I'm pretty much just historical Japan anyway. Just one thing that's kind of cool if you're about that is you don't have to do any of the escalation of the war in China, so you do actually just start off at full power with your army. Only problem is, obviously, your army won't be anywhere near full power because you just came through a civil war. Sorry, I've almost filled out my equipment. I have just rejigged the template, which is why we are missing a whole bunch of stuff, and I guess we will start pushing soon. I've almost got a little bit of plane and air up as well. Got 60 fighters right now. I'm spoiling myself. Army's been reworked. We've got a little bit of CAS, and I do mean a little bit of CAS, but enough to do a bit of damage, and it's time to get a move on. The US demands an apology and compensation. Did I blow their ship up already? I haven't even got down there yet. Oh, nice. Pretty much got all of the Chinese army encircled. I think they could technically, if they asked for access into Communist China, because I'm fighting them too. They never joined their faction, by the way. They could just walk through there and break out, but they're too stubborn. I actually have a bit of an interesting plan here. I'm going to give it all to Manchuria because just want to see if they can do something. Okay, that does actually work. They can, well, they can't actually claim the Mandate of Heaven, but they can do the move the capital thing, because they get kicked into their assertiveness branch after their independence from a stupid thing. So, oh, that's so dumb, but cool. It would have been way better off. Do they even get cores on this? Okay, they do get cores at least, so it doesn't matter, but I did have a collab government, so probably would have got a lot more stuff, but, you know, just for the meme. So we're going to reclaim the Mandate of Heaven in the name of communism. Oh, wait a second, I didn't realize they did their stupid focus as well and got the Shibidi Shanma and Xinjiang as puppets. Did they get Shanxi as well? They didn't get Shanxi. How does this affect me, actually? I mean, do my puppets have puppets? How do I have the puppet technically? how does multiple puppet work? And I just got my independence guaranteed by the US. Why? Why did you do that? Oh my god, the Soviets are doing absolutely horrendous though. Like, horrendously horrendous. I should probably go help the Soviets. I'm technically on their side, despite the fact it doesn't really look like it. Just give me a minute though. I'm gonna go take out the Guangxi clique, and I have to actually do it myself because Manchuria can't use their war goals as they are my puppet and literally can't use war goals. Oh my god, it is devolving very quickly though on the Soviet front. Why are they doing so bad today? I love how Manchuria's doing carrier air wing. I think you're getting a little bit too big for your boots over there. You know, if they do Imperial Legacy and dominate Japan, I might just accept. Oh wait, no, they need to be fully independent to do it. Well, you know what? If you were independent, I'd accept at this point. Just put me out of my sweet communist Japanese focus tree misery. I actually just realized, if you do look at the paths here, and usually it kind of shows you and tells you what you're going to end up doing. And this focus tree does nothing. So if you do like the Shogun, obviously it has a focus at the end where you go fight up the Soviet Union. Historical Japan, obviously you go down and get the resources, you fight the Allies and the US. Democratic Japan though, and Communist Japan, you just join a faction. So obviously I'm supposed to go help the Soviets, but not technically, because I could just create my own faction, which I guess if that point you take this and obviously you get no more war goals, which means you're not supposed to go into China. What do you do? What are you supposed to do? I mean, obviously, you're supposed to make your own fun. I guess you could go justify on all this stuff manually, but there's no actually concreted way for you to be told where your path is supposed to go. So other than the extra flavor of, oh, I'm communist, this whole path is pointless. Which honestly, it just surprises me so much how much, like, I don't want to say Paradox got away with back in the day, because this is definitely an afterthought. They probably just wanted to put a communist path in for Japan, but damn, did they get away with literally nothing here. Oh boy, like, you could have actually just copy and pasted the 2 Japanese focuses and just renamed them for, you know, going down to fight the Allies, liberate the, you know, the colonies, do something. Yeah, it'd be really funny, actually, if they redo the Japanese focus tree and the communist branch is still just absolutely horrendous and terrible with no point to it. I mean, hey, communist paths in general are really, I don't want to say weak, they're still pretty powerful in some regards, but always just really lacking a lot of flavor and interesting stuff to do, I found in HOI4. I mean, there are a couple good ones. I mean, like, Bulgaria forming their little Balkan federation is pretty fun. That's pretty powerful too. Oh, but then you've got some real stinkers like Hungary's. Hungary's is horrendous, like absolutely horrendous. The UK's also just horrendous because it destroys your PC. The communist French one has a couple interesting gimmicks, but other than that, a lot of the communist branches are pretty atrocious, especially all the old ones. It's okay though, surely this next DLC will buck the trend. Let's just not come back to this video a few months later. When it has clearly not bucked the trend. I'd love to just keep on feeding you more land, Manchuria, but I think I desperately need to go save the Soviets. I mean, I could just backstab them, I guess, but no, I'm gonna get in the faction. I am actually really interested to see what the hell went on over here and why you collapsed so quickly, but this doesn't answer my questions. Okay, I'll go hold the southern front. I got a lot of troops. They're not too great with the old supply just yet, though, and it's also just going to be horrendous supply in general down there, so this is going to be fun. Oh, damn, okay. Iran also joined the Axis, and they've got another front over here. How did the Germans get over here so quick? What are you doing, Britain? Yeah, I definitely think there should be a much better path for the Japanese. You know, having an actual sort of a co-prosperity sphere that actually isn't just the Japanese stealing a bunch of land off other people, and you know, you actually go about liberating people and stuff like that. That'd make more sense. I don't know how fun it would be, but it would be more fun than doing nothing. Turned up for a second, already got myself a pretty good collapse there for the Germans. Yeah, we collapse a bunch of this front. They should be able to hopefully just get a hold of things, but it does look like they are still just losing land. I'm gonna look back over in Central Asia in a second and notice that Iran has made it over to Manchuria. Come on, this is pitiful. Really? I just turned up and frontlined and they're collapsing. That's it. That's all I had to do. Are you kidding me? Maybe this is actually the point of the path, okay? Maybe you are supposed to come over here and just save the Soviets. So they deliberately make the Soviets incredibly weak if Japan goes this path to make you feel real good. Oh, damn, Paradox, you got me. You got me. A little bit fed up with the supply over here, though. I think I've got a better idea. We're just gonna leave the Soviets. They're probably fine. And go find ourselves a new opening. Imagine being the Soviets right now. You should have this elite fighting force that just collapsed the German advance in a mere moment of seconds, and then you just see them you see them waving to you on the train as they leave. What the hell is that? Who the hell's got modern fighters already? I mean, I guess it's 1943. Can I actually have a look at that? Looked through their planes. I don't see one with a jet engine or anything like that. So maybe they've just used the 3D model. I don't know. Well, that's my 3D model. And it doesn't look as impressive as their one. Just had to wait for my equipment to come back, as I did leave the majority of my rifles over here, apparently. I don't know how the Soviets haven't managed to just push them back and, like, get rid of them at this point. Their economy of conquest, yeah, it's 100%, and it's looking horrendous. I mean, I think if you really want to help the Soviets and you don't have a lot to do, just build supply hubs for them. I have a much better plan, though, because I'm going to help myself by invading Europe. We are going to open ourselves up a new front for our Soviet allies. Nobody quite expected the Japanese People's Republic to come to Europe's rescue, but here we are. Did my miraculous saving of Europe actually also save the Soviets? I think they are pushing back a little bit, and okay, it's just completely empty on the Eastern Front in places, and you need to get moving, Stalag. See, when I started this video not too long ago, I did not expect it to end up looking like this in the slightest. Soviets are slowly trudging their way back into Europe, though. Welcome, boys. Welcome to the party. And there goes the Germans. I'm assuming I've just, yeah, probably got to go capitulate Hungary left on over here, and we are pretty much done with the Axis. I guess you live there now, Romania. Ooh, okay. I mean, peace has been achieved. I have a lot of points, actually. I do have a lot of stuff I could potentially take, but what would I really... Oh, I know exactly what I could take, actually. We'll take the historical stuff, because why not? Oh, man, this path is just so pointless. It's so pointless in every regard. I didn't get too greedy, and by too greedy, I mean I have a giant German puppet state now in the middle of Europe. I'm not going to carry on this game. There's not too much fun to be had. I'll be quite frank with you here. I mean, I could just straight up declare on the Allies now, and I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult to go ahead and take them down. But it's just not fun. So I think instead we'll just leave off the communist Japanese branch here, because it absolutely blows. It does kind of make me want to go try maybe a democratic branch just one more time, or even the Shogun, but this one I am so glad I never have to play again. I am actually interested. What do you guys think is the worst Japanese path? I think for everyone it's gonna be this one or the democratic one, but I think the democratic one is a lot better, because you can ask for control of colonies and get yourself free puppets. I mean, they don't always say yes, but it is better than nothing. Literally nothing. There is nothing to do. But yeah, if you can't tell though, I am very, very hyped for the new reworked Japan. I hope they nail it on their head, or at least make it as good as like the German tree and the Soviet tree, just so that I have a lot more fun things to do in HOI4, especially in Asia, because I do feel really bad that I never really get much Japanese games nowadays, because the tree is just so bad. And with New China as well, obviously, I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm assuming the Warlords as well, gonna have a lot of fun with that. I'm just really hyped for the new DLC, and I hope you guys are too. And if you liked the video, subscribe down below and let me know about what you think of this stupid Japanese path.